Hey, how y'all doing today? I'm gonna go ahead and make a video, and I'm gonna continue to make something like maybe one, two, three videos a day, consistently. Because I'm not very pleased with how mainstream media, I guess we'll call it fake news, is reporting a lot of things, and I go back and forth. I might even look a little bit at Univision, maybe ABC 13, but it's just it's not satisfactory. So. This video for today, okay, is going to be about what's called the First Step Act. Now, to me, this is a very, very huge deal. It's a bipartisan law. So, right off the jump, people are working together on both sides of the aisle. That makes me really, really, really happy. Um, I know some people, might disagree with me or whatever, but there was a time when the Democrats, I guess, better represented the working people. This is, I guess, where you go back to John F. Kennedy. He was a Democrat. I'm just saying. Not saying everything's right or anything like that, but the point that I'm making is that people are coming together, working together for the better benefit of Americans. So in this First Step Act, okay, let's see. It has to get passed all the way through, okay, but it's bipartisan criminal justice legislation, and it's moving through the U.S. Senate. Now, if it's passed, it would transform the Federal Bureau of Prisons and hold the DOJ, that's the Department of Justice, accountable for improving the lives of 200,000 currently incarcerated men and women. And recently, new sentencing provisions were added, further improving the bill. So, right then and there, they're just trying to optimize it. They're trying to make it the best. Now, this is a good thing, this First Step Act, because it's going to help citizens um, be treated, what I believe, in a more humane manner. So, um, on number one and number two, this is going to help people become productive citizens by improving the lives and the treatment of these people. So let's see. The First Step Act, it was passed through the U.S. House of Representatives, 360 yay and 59 nays. Um, so still looking into it. A couple things I want to share with y'all. So let's see right here. What exactly is going to be inside of it? And I'll be more than happy to give y'all the links. There's the link directly to the organization. It's called www.firststepact.org. That'll be in the description section, along with any other relevant information. I'll put it there, along with my PayPal and everything. So here we go. Some of the First Step Act's prison reforms. So this is prison reform, okay? It bans the shackling of pregnant and postpartum women. This is really important to me, okay? I get it. People commit crimes, but when you treat women like that, when you treat other people like that, it's inhumane in my eyes. Okay. It ensures people are placed in facilities within 500 driving miles from their family. So now you're not going to be shipped up all the ways to the other side of the country with zero support system or community. You'll be within 500 driving miles from your family, so they will have a better chance to visit you. It also creates a earned time credit system that allows people to earn 10 days of credit for every 30 days of programming, and shorten their time in prison to be served instead in halfway houses, home confinement, or on community supervision. Now, this is awesome right here. I love this right here because it will allow people to be productive citizens. Okay, if they're staying in halfway houses or home confinement or community supervision, okay, there won't be, kind of like how the mainstream media was saying, the kids are locked in cages. Well, the people, depending on the judge's discretion, won't necessarily be locked up in cages like animals. Like the mainstream media want to act. On top of that, it will help them to become more productive citizens. Now this right here, 10 days of credit for every 30 days, that's like 3 for 1. I think where I'm living, if you get sentenced, they have like 2 for 1 deals or 3 for 1 deals. So that really motivates people um, to act right, or to keep themselves busy or do something productive because they know that good behavior is rewarded. It's just not, forget it. We don't care. You're acting like Jesus Christ. You're acting like you walk on water, but whatever. So it's a good incentive. Okay, let's see. It compels the BOP. I honestly don't know what that means. To match individual needs to programs, training, and services so that men and women return home job ready. Boom. That's important right there in the First Step Act. You know, so while they're locked up, they're not just going to be stuck up in there doing nothing, walking around in circles. They will be preparing themselves, educating themselves, getting a little bit of practice in, so to speak, so that when they come out, they will succeed. Here's a great one. It provides an ID card for every person when they are released. So that's going to help so much with people. Because I've heard from some like let's call it leftist media or whatever that apparently some black people were too stupid to get an ID or something like that. But here's the thing: when you provide an ID card for everybody when they're released, you'll be able to identify somebody, and that makes things much more easier. It brings home 4,000 people immediately due to retroactive good time credits. So this right here, if this bill was passed, it will immediately release 4,000 people because they've been behaving good or they've been engaging in some of these training programs. So it incentivizes good behavior. It's actually rewarding good behavior. Um, Now, I know that when President Trump announced this, he brought up the African American community, how this would help them a lot. And I totally agree with it. My personal opinion on it, I feel as though the black community has been targeted and has been taken advantage of for decades. This is going back on a lot of policies and stuff like that. But um, when it's all said and done, this benefits everybody. And I love that because I try to use my Holy Bible to come up with solutions. And last time I looked at my Holy Bible, it's not all about one race. So this will benefit everybody, and not just only the black people or only the Hispanics or no. Everybody wins, win-win. No more win-lose. So let's see. On the second part of it, on the First Steps Act, and this is for sentencing reform, and this is going to make it a lot better. This is going to improve our economy. That's so important to be conscious of. So let's see. Number one, it will free judges from handing down disproportionate sentencing. Um, let's see, 924C stacking. So mandatory minimum sentencing, it kind of binds the judges to where they cannot use their discretion in order, um, to sentence people according to the degree of severity of crime. So by eliminating those disproportionate sentencings, uh, the punishment will better fit the crime in context. Number two, it will lower lifetime mandatory sentences for people with prior nonviolent drug felony convictions to 25 years and reduce 20-year mandatory minimum sentences for similar offenses down to 15 years. So that's going to help a whole bunch. We already know when you get locked up or whatever, they get a whole bunch of free labor. You ain't getting paid on the hour for it. You're not getting paid anything for it. They're just taking care of let's say the room and the board and food. That's about it. Um, but yeah, that's very important because you think about that three strike rule. I mean, just really think about that. Three strikes, and let's say you came up in a rough neighborhood, you struggling or you're down in life, and you make some mistakes with your life, Well, the third mistake that you make, hey, it don't matter, okay? If you're selling, let's say you're selling some marijuana, hey, that's it. That's your life right there. So this will, it's kind of like being more merciful on the people. You're not cracking the whip so much, so to speak. Number three, apply the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010, which reduces the disparity between cocaine and crack related offenses retroactively. And number four, expand exceptions to the application of mandatory minimum sentences to more people with criminal histories. Okay, so it's going to expand it to where it could apply to more people who may have, you know, they're not extreme hardened, seasoned criminals, but they might have a little bit of a rap sheet. So this is why I love it so much. Okay, and I specifically want to thank the faith-based community leaders. I want to thank the members of Congress who have engaged in this. I want to thank President Trump for being at the helm of this, for supporting this front and center, because yes, this will benefit the African American community so much. Absolutely guarantee it. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. And if this benefits the African American community so much, guess what's going to happen? The African community is going to have more faith in the justice system. They're going to have more incentive to, I guess, I don't know how to say, not be so bitter. Um, so it's a good step. It'll give many people a chance to be productive, to stack up their money, to live out the American dream, and it's going to improve our economy when it's said and done. And then on top of that, it acknowledges, hey, we're only human, we make mistakes, but it doesn't mean that your whole entire life has to be destroyed on it. Upon that. So, like I said, it seems more of a merciful type of approach, acknowledging that people make mistakes, but there is redemption. So, thanks for looking at this video, y'all. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna keep on making more videos because, look, mainstream media, I totally think they should be talking about this. I think it should be blowing up all the airways, y'all. But it's not. It's not. And that is really a shame because it reminds people, whatever side of the aisle that you may be on, whatever differences that we may have, it's still possible to come together for the benefit of the American people. All right. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. And I'll see you again. Bye. Oh, and don't forget, I'll put the links down in the description section, so that if you're willing to, you can go ahead and look into this, do a little research yourself, and you could tweet it out, you could support it, or put it out on your social medias and inform other people. Because I'm only one guy, so we're all in it together. All right, God bless. Have a good one.